Hey guys, how you doing? This is Manga section. I'm here today to bring you the review for Sakamoto Days Manga Chapter 6. Now, if this is the chapter where you get hooked. I'm pretty sure that this is the chapter where you're like, ooh, the plot thickens, the plot gets a bit deeper, a bit darker, all within this chapter. Now it starts off like your standard chapter, they're in the shop, they're doing the whole, normal life thing, and then things start to get popping with the introduction of the character, Nagumo? Nagumo? What's the name? Nagumo. Things start getting popping with this character right here. And now, like I've always done within the first 5 chapters of this series, I'm always looking for the interesting thing that Sakamoto does. Unfortunately, it's not about him within this chapter. It's about Nagumo within this chapter. He does show Sakamoto, Mr. Sakamoto, he does show his intelligence. And yeah, his intelligence? He shows something within this chapter, but for this chapter, Nagumo has the spotlight. Now, is it he or she? Nagumo is able to disguise herself very, very, very well. Where she or he, I can't remember right now. They look like Sakamoto to a T, no faults whatsoever. And I don't know, transformation jitsu. I don't know how they do it, but 1 minute they was looking at Sakamoto, the next minute they was back to the normal selves. Not only that, they can hide their thoughts from Shin, even though being in proximity of him. That's another impressive feat. Not so impressive, but is the final thing that I have to mention is that how at one moment Nagumo was tied up, and the next thing they wasn't, on this pizza assassin guy, like it was nothing. Again, that's the least impressive thing that Nagumo does within this chapter, because you see that kind of thing where they dislocate the arm and they slide out and all that kind of things before, so it's probably something along them lines. But regardless of that, they do it within this chapter as well. So all 3 of those things with Nagumo just makes Nagumo the spotlight for this chapter, not going to lie. So why is Nagumo there? This is where the plot thickens. I tell you, this is where the plot gets just got a little bit more thicker, because as we know from the first chapter, if you're not about that assassin life no more, then you gotta get iced, as the series says time and time again. But we go from chapter 1 to chapter 5, we've had no other attempts on Sakamoto's life until now. So through Nagumo, we find out that there is a hit out on Mr. Sakamoto. Now, I reckon, because another thing that Nagumo is good at is lying. And now the figure 1 billion yen was thrown out there within this chapter. Could it be a lie? At the end of the day, 1 billion yen is a lot of money. But at the end of the day, I feel like Sakamoto's infamy could warrant that. Now, I don't know how much this will be in terms of pounds and dollars, probably in the millions, but it could warrant that. It could. So, but I don't know. I think this might be a truth. I think this might be a truth that Nagumo did tell, but time will tell. Time will tell with that. But one thing that was mentioned within the chapter through Sakamoto is like, I've been out of the game for 5 years. Why is killing me so important, kind of thing. Nagumo doesn't answer this question. Do I think that they know? Possibly. But this question was answered. Obviously, this will probably be something that's revealed later on down the lines. So we have 2 assassin attempts on Sakamoto within this chapter. 2 assassin attempts on Mr. Sakamoto through this chapter. So I had to repeat myself because I'm not sure if I said it. One through Nagumo. Uh, this one was just like a little a goofy attempt. I don't think Nagumo was going there with the intent of actually succeeding within the plan. It is mentioned that how they used to work together previously. Something interesting that Nagumo says, and I've got it right here right now actually, is that we specialized in preventing assassinations. So it kind of opens up a can of not can of worms, but kind of question, kind of questions for me because we know that Sakamoto was known for his assassinations, but uh, it's now saying that how he worked with Sakamoto, and so he's now saying that Sakamoto and Nagumo worked together to prevent that. So it's just kind of thrown me off a bit. Also, is that how Shin used to work with Sakamoto as well, so shouldn't Shin know Nagumo? But again, that can be all laid out by saying that how different timings, different places, kind of thing, kind of there. Uh, moving on. Oh, I just realized another thing that Nagumo did that was impressive was disappearing from the shop. So he left the shop. Shin's like, wait, Nani, gone, gone, kind of thing. I really hope this gets turned into anime. Sorry, but yeah, as Nagumo left the shop, the pizza guy been dealt with. We find out that the pizza guy left a box with a camera inside. And it's through this that we meet the what's the organization called? The Don Zenkai. We meet the Don Zenkai. So I think that these guys might be people above him. It might be a short series, but these guys will be the focus on the people trying to kill Sakamoto at least for a while. We have definitely started, which will be a long arc. The the previous 5 chapters, introduction arc. This is the serious game stuff we are getting into right now. But it's through this that we learn about the Don Zenkai, the people that are going to be after Sakamoto, and the people that Sakamoto used to work for, the Order, which is called the Order, and they seem to be some sort of urban legend kind of thing because when it was mentioned when there's people of the Zon, when the people of the Don Zenkai was talking about Sakamoto and the Order was mentioned, one of them mentions that is in the Order an urban legend. And that's really all we get from the Don then Kai within this chapter because they start talking, they're watching Sakamoto basically saying how is this guy really worth all this effort? Nagumo seemed more like a threat to them. And just when things are starting to like just when the conversation would have got a little bit more deeper, this is where we find out that Sakamoto realized like, yo, these mans are watching me on the camera, And that's where he calls out the warning. Like, if you guys come for me, it's gonna be a problem. So don't do it. Don't do it. So that happens, and we basically end off the chapter with Shin where he's like, yo, we've got people coming after us right now. What are we gonna do, kind of thing. Where Sakamoto is just playing off really cool. Saying, don't need to worry, we keep our heads low, go about our daily lives, and we just take things as they come. Now I know he's saying these things, but you gotta remember, Sakamoto is a family man, so I reckon he is worried to some degree. I also reckon that threat where he points the gun at the camera before he shoots it out is like that threat is like, I'm not about this life no more. I'm not about this life no more. Okay, I've got a family. If you bring my family into this crap, then there will be problems. So I know I've said in the past that I'd like a dark side to this manga, and I've always thought that this was going to be like a comedy manga, like hi, but it seems like things could get a bit serious, and I just don't want that to happen to the family. I don't want that. I haven't had much screen time and all that, but I don't want that to tap into is my thinking. But next chapter we are heading. It seems like we are heading to an amusement park. Obviously, without a doubt, some stuff is gonna take off in this amusement park. So we'll just see how it goes right there. But I think this is a really good chapter. Good way to start the year. 4-star rating. That goes, guys. I'm asking for your thoughts and opinions. If you haven't already, please go to my YouTube channel. But most importantly, take care. Have a nice day.